Hey guys, Blaze Gamer here, back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Godzilla vs Kong. This is going to be a spoiler review, so yeah, let's jump straight into it. So first of all, let's just talk about like the intro and the opening act of the film. So the introduction, it sort of introduces us back with King Kong. We actually find out he's been in like a simulated reality sort of like containment kind of like, you know, cell, like say the government or that military force has been keeping Kong for, you know, for like weaponry uses that they want to use King Kong to obviously fight Godzilla. Godzilla's gone rogue, we find out in the film, because he was antagonized, he was provoked by the Japanese people who are also working with the American government. But yeah, my overall thoughts, the opening act it was great, guys. Honestly, it didn't take too long to get into the action. They didn't really waste any time getting to the Godzilla vs Kong bit, which I thought was really nice, because honestly I thought we were gonna have to sit through a lot of the human story, which we did. And we will get into that, and so not necessarily the bad, but the weaker points. So guys, this is a pretty spot on film. This is, if you're just looking for all out entertainment and just, you know, pretty much a blast from start to finish. Just a, you know, about an hour and 40 of just very good visual effects. They're absolutely stunning. The music, it's very epic. As I say, it very much feels like an event, so you won't be disappointed if you're just looking for a blockbuster CGI extravaganza. That's what I'm thinking right now. Extravaganza is pretty awesome. But yeah, the opening act, we also introduced back to Millie Bobby Brown's character Madison, and we also meet up with the fat kid from Deadpool 2, and I still don't know the character's name. I forgot his name already, but I'm just gonna call him the fat kid from Deadpool 2, because that's all I know from. But he was actually very good, I guess, in the role. We didn't really know too much. They also team up with this black guy who used to work with the people, guys. Honestly, I was so stoned watching the film. I did enjoy it, but the human element, also I'm getting to, guys, is the human element is pretty boring and pretty forgettable. That's my only complaint. I'll say this: I really did try and enjoy Millie Bobby Brown's and the fat kid from Deadpool 2's kind of like story arc, because they're all really trying to find plans about Mechagodzilla. What are the Japanese and you know, what are those people up to, what are they doing? And they're actually making a Mechagodzilla, which later on in the film, towards the end, Godzilla versus Godzilla and Kong, they team up and beat. But we'll get into that. So the middle act, well, throughout the film we actually learn more about Kong himself, his origin. You also learn he's got a really nice bond, really sweet bond with this little girl. She can actually talk to King Kong with sign language, which I thought was really cool. It actually reminded me of Caesar from Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I know obviously he does go on to talk, but the sign language, just that kind of, he actually reminded me of Caesar from Planet of the Apes. So that's pretty cool nod, I guess. Yeah. That's cool what they did. I really enjoyed that. That bond was really sweet. It really made you root for Kong, made him more, you know, just a bit more likable. Like you really felt for him. Like you felt emotionally attached. I felt that character sort of helped give Kong just a bit more emotional attachment, just a bit more. Yeah, humanizing. I know it sounds a bit silly on a gorilla, but humanizes that sort of angry animal inside him. So that was really good. Again, as I say, the trailers made Kong to look like the hero, which he is in this film. And we'll talk about Godzilla. First of all, the CG looked very good. again, all the effects, I know I've said it, but all the monster designs were really cool. Again, Godzilla honestly, Godzilla in this film, guys, he felt more like a supporting character. Like King Kong, to me in this film, he was the true center. Like, he really stole the show. Just his story, what they gave him, his relationship with the humans, I just thought was really interesting and kind of a nice break. When it's always the police, or there's always someone eyeing down the hero. There's always someone who disagrees. So it's nice they had that relationship with the humans, that they actually root for Kong and they want to support him, even though later on in the film he does turn against them a little bit, but it wasn't anyone that you wouldn't have wanted. It was this fucking this bastard of a woman. I forgot her name, but she tried sabotaging it. In the film they actually go to Kong's hometown, I guess, where he actually is his origin place, which was cool. But as soon as they get there, they extract some sort of resource from the ground, some sort of mineral, and then she betrays Rebecca Ferguson's character, who, again, I'm sorry, I've forgotten all the names. All I know is Madison and the fat kid from Deadpool 2. I don't know if that counts as a name, but that's all I know. I also know that Rebecca Ferguson was in Iron Man 3. I know that the other dude, Bill Skarsgård, guys, he also plays a role in this film. He is like a sergeant, and his character was good. I liked Rebecca Ferguson's character. I thought that she also had a nice bond with the little girl, and yeah, the chemistry overall between the cast between her and Bill Skarsgård, and yeah, I thought just an overall very, very strong chemistry. It feels very real, kind of the emotion, especially with kind of what they're having to survive to massive elite monsters. So the film does feel kind of, even though it's epic and grand and there's so many cool special effects, it also does feel grounded amongst the humans. But that is the weak point of the film, and it's not particularly that interesting. Also, Michael Chandler makes an appearance. And if you've seen the second film, which I honestly, guys, again, I've only seen pieces of, so going into this film I didn't really know who he was too much. I'd seen him, but from my point of view in this film, he wasn't really in it that much for me to really know. All I know is that he's Madison's dad. And yeah, that's it. But just getting to the Godzilla vs Kong aspect, that aspect is awesome. It is when Kong is crafting the hammer, it felt very similar actually. It kind of reminded me of Stormbreaker from Infinity War, that scene, him forging and picking up that hammer was really cool. And I say it was a really nice story for Kong, because in Skull Island we didn't really get to see that. We just saw humans being terrorized and pissed off, and we didn't really get to see the film from Kong's point of view, even though it was titled Kong Skull Island. So in this film, we feel very more connected to Kong, which is really good. And if they do a sequel, which I hope they do, I'd love to see more stuff. Yeah, just the strong points of King Kong's story arc. I would say Godzilla. I would say, I mean, again, as I said, guys, he feels very much kind of like a supporting character. He doesn't have too much juice, too much monster development, not too much character development. Again, the way they kind of introduce it and the way they include it is kind of predictable from the trailers. I think we kind of predicted that. Perhaps. Well, I mean, I guess no one predicted that the flipping the Godzilla guy would provoke Godzilla, but I guess we all had some sense. But it was cool how they pulled it off nonetheless, because it does lead to some pretty sweet action, like that action scene in Hong Kong you see in the trailer where he does that full-on Stormbreaker moment, goes for the head. Yeah, that entire action sequence was incredible. It was awesome. Just the entire fight, and then the Godzilla vs Kong fight, as I say, guys, like, truly awesome. Like, if you're a massive Godzilla Kong fan, you won't be disappointed. You really will be you'll be satisfied as a fan when you find out who wins. And Godzilla, he takes the dub, and I couldn't have been more wrong. Because again, as I say in the trailers, they really want you to root for Kong and really get you to believe that Kong will beat Godzilla, but no, Godzilla won. And as I've said, if you've seen my prediction video, I did say Godzilla should win because it's a giant lizard. And you know what, the film does a great job of acknowledging, yes, Godzilla has claws and he has the fire breath or atomic breath or whatever the fuck it is. And he also has that giant swinging tail, and it shows it in the film. We got King Kong gets pieced up like fucking Bruce Lee. He's got fucking scars on his chest. And he gets whipped in the fucking, gets whipped with the tail, gets burnt. But he takes some hits, he gets damaged. But as he should, because Godzilla is clearly, you'd think, would be more stronger, a bit more battle built. But we also do get a lot of heart. King Kong is definitely the heart of this film. The human element is a bit meh, as I say. Rebecca Ferguson, Bill Skarsgård, and the kid in the film. They were definitely the highlights. So there's so many characters in the film, but as I say, Millie Bobby Brown's character art wasn't that good. It just wasn't to me. It wasn't that interesting. And Mechagodzilla, we'll also talk about him. To me, he wasn't necessarily that interesting. It kind of felt similar to Batman v Superman for Doomsday. It kind of reminded me of that. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, the way they did it and set it up felt very similar. Again, as I say, I would say that is probably one of the more predictable parts of the film. If I'm just nitpicking, you know what I mean, I'd say then even though that action scene, it was awesome and badass to see that team up, and just the setup throughout the entire film leading to it, it was cool to see it finally pay off with the exposition. But I don't know, it just kind of just felt similar to Batman v Superman Dawn. It kind of felt tacked on. Didn't maybe necessarily, they weren't quite necessarily like they settled the battle. Had they have maybe just become friends and maybe gone, I don't know, I was going to say fight a monster together, which is exactly what they did. So I guess in a sense, but I don't know, the way they did it just felt very similar to Doomsday to me, and I didn't like that. So, but yeah, still nonetheless doesn't take away from the, as I say, from the fact that it is a popcorn, fun, awesome event that you should definitely watch. It's not as long as I mean, it's about an hour and 40 if you don't include the credits, so it's not that long. It doesn't feel, it feels the right length to it, gets everything, and story wise it concludes and feels like a satisfying film. You know, it doesn't necessarily feel like a setup for a Kong 2, which I hope they do. I hope there is future installments, because I really enjoyed this film, but it feels like very self-contained and knows what it is. You know, it's been built into this, all the films, you know, the film like this, it feels necessary. The performance is very good. Performances, story, even though, as I say, a bit predictable overall, and but even though there are some turns, again, Godzilla actually being victorious, so a lot of people burnt for Kong, so again, just that was pretty awesome. Even though again, as I said, I thought Kong would win. As I said, I thought Godzilla would win, so I'm satisfied and also surprised at the same time, which I think is something that a lot of people will feel when they watch this film. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed my spoiler review of the film. Yeah, as I say, great film. Out of 5, I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5. Definitely up there is probably one of the best films I've seen so far this year. As I say, a few little nitpicks here and there, but just a flat out great action film, colourful, and I know I said it a lot, but yeah, guys, definitely this is one film to watch right now, and I know there's more combat coming up, but you guys can look forward to a review when it does eventually come out. I'll be reviewing that film. I'm optimistic. I'm skeptical about that film. I look forward to it. Well, yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, let me know your opinions of the films down below. What would you rate it out of 5? Where would you rank it in terms of film so far this year? Where would you rank it as one of your favourite films? Who did you think was going to win? Did you predict right? Did you get the fight right? So you guys let me know. But, yeah, I hope you guys subscribe. Like the video. I know I just dropped a Nate Diaz, Leon Edwards fight reaction, and the video's already got so much support and so much love, which I'm so grateful about and I'm really happy about, and it is so awesome to see. So I hope you guys really enjoyed that video. But you guys can look forward to a new UFC video, which will be coming out tomorrow. Again, it's a surprise. It's an ultra epic UFC video. You guys aren't going to want to miss it, and I can't wait to get you guys comments on the video. And yeah, it's going to be an ultra epic video, guys. Stay tuned for tomorrow, probably in the morning time. If you're in the UK, it'll be in the morning time. Yeah, look out for that. And have a great day, guys. And yeah, peace.
That's how it's done in Motown.
Cyborg wins.